Hello and welcome to podcast CP Phil, my podcast about people, places, and the moments that shape us. I'm Adam. I identify as a writer, Evertonian, Scouser, someone who believes stories matter, whether it's talking a football seat, a setting, or a kitchen table. Not about arguing hot takes or shouting the loudest, it's about honesty, community, and conversations that actually mean something with real people. So wherever you're listening from, sit kettle on, put your feet up, and let's get into it. Today we have the amazing and ultra talented, one of my oldest friends, godfather of my second son Oliver, Mr. Peter Wood. Hi Pete, how's it going?
Good, mate, yourself?
I am brilliant, mate. It's always a pleasure to see good old Peter Wood. He's
It's like it's been a while, but it was like a week ago.
yeah, it was on like 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? Like the
Yeah.
Forest game, wasn't it? But
Yeah,
yeah, we just need to see more of each other, don't we?
we do, mate. We do.
All of
When you were
us, all the old.
a fan, you were spotted by a fan.
I was someone approached me who's read one of my books, and that was really nice little moment in front of my oldest friend.
Yeah, it was good.
So so let's get into it then. So what's your one word to describe Liverpool?
I'm gonna have to say sound. It's gonna have to be sound. Liverpool is a sound city to be in. It's a sound place. The people who come from Liverpool sound, but it's also a word that we can use when you know you can s- you can say that was sound that, and it means it's really good, or you can say to somebody, "Yeah, sound," and realistically it means yeah, you're a knobhead. So yeah,
Hmm.
it just covers a multitude of expressions, but only Scousers I think could genuinely get away with it.
Well, you're like me. You work in Manchester a lot, don't you? And you work over in the Wirral a fair bit as well.
Yeah.
So how do they take you? And do they recognise the different sounds or fucking sounds?
No, they look at me and go, "He's Pete, sound," and that means he's Pete. The knobhead has landed.
Quick, pretend we're working.
Quick, get our heads down. No, it varies, mate. Some some of the people over on the Whittle get it,
Hmm.
but when you're over in Manchester, sound, they'll ask you. Some people ask you to explain
Yeah.
what you mean. So it's a bit awkward, but again, if you're in Liverpool and you say sound, um, it's an unwritten sound, so the person who you're talking to actually understands what sound means. They know
You'd
in
have
what
to
context
know.
it was meant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the different definitions of it, and everyone knows which one means.
that's
Um,
it. Yeah, without having an
so
explanation.
yeah, there's no explanation either. It's just sounds, fucking sound. You
Yeah,
fucking. I can't, I can't think like at least two or three people that me and you both have that kind of latter reaction to that fucking sound. There, yeah.
yeah.
There's a couple of people there that would fit that bill, isn't there? So is there a moment in your life that would, sum that word up perfectly for you in any way of definition that you
Some,
wanna use it?
um, I think no, do you know? I say sound and a way of using it. I don't know. It's
Do you know what? I'm gonna give you one, right? I'm gonna give you one that's personal to you now. I like it was a couple of years ago, and sorry, I can't remember how many years ago, but because time just, like, goes at my age now and our age. When you got married to Rachel, and we were all sitting there, and it was just a fucking sound day. Like, we all had a fucking great day, and it was bossy and how happy yous both were, but it was just fucking sound.
yeah. And
And that
it was a small day, and I'm not bitter blue lad, you know me, but it was sound that it was the Champions League final and Liverpool got beat. That was
do
sound.
you know what? I forgot about that. I forgot
Yeah,
about that. I was just yeah, because we were one of our other mates, Tom, weren't we? And he was sitting there
yeah,
watching it, and
me and Tony all blues, just like, ah. Even to the point
Yeah,
where Michelle, my wife, got off because she's a Liverpool fan. She's like, I'm going home. Like, see you later. Ah.
yeah.
Who was it?
That was that year right there. Nail on the head. That was sound that day. Yeah,
Was that when your little Peter pied Dominic as well with the cake?
yeah. With the
Yeah.
cupcake. Yeah.
Liverpool are going to win. No, they're not, Tom. Bang. That was the sound, mate.
Oh,
I forgot they got Peter.
If Liverpool win, yeah, Liverpool are going to win. If Liverpool don't win, you can slam that cake in my face. Bang.
You brought that on yourself, Tom. That's it, mate. You just like, and we know Dom's going to watch this because we're both on this. You know, Dom's coming on the show as
Yeah.
well, but you know he's going to watch this episode. So, Dom, that was a sound night where you got pied by little Pete. It's fucking sound, lads.
Yeah.
So, moving on then. So, tell us about your early roots. Where did you first sit? What was the first place that you felt connected to this city?
The first place that I actually felt connected to this city,
Mhm.
it's going to be down in back in the well, when I first started work. I used to work obviously in Woolies in town, and it was the first time that I actually got to really take in the city centre more than
Mhm.
than where I lived and stuff. And you appreciate the city and the people around the city, and you know, you see the good side of the city, but you see the rough side of the city as well.
Yeah.
And loads of times I'd like be on my dinner or whatever, sitting outside and just sitting outside on the stairs by Boots, just watching people coming up and down them stairs. It was just, and even now when I'm in town, like I'm with the kids or with Rachel, you know, whoever,
Mhm.
I always like look down and think, God, remember like back when I was a kid, like 15, 16, I used to sit off there on a Saturday on me like 40-minute break, just waiting to. But it taught me so much, and looking around the city and the people and just people watching. It become like a sport more than anything. You could spot random people. You could spot people who weren't from Liverpool, and even
Yeah.
now, you know, you can be out and you can see and you can spot people, and you go, they're definitely not from here. They're definitely not Scousers. So
Yeah, man, we used to always go down and see him work on during Woolies, where that's now the Aldi in St John's, isn't it?
it is, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
think
So every time I
I think
walk
after
past it, I
Woolies,
look there.
yeah, after Woolies went bump, I think it was a B&M or something at first, and then
Yeah.
now I think it's either an Aldi or a Lidl or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, every time I go past there and go past St John's, I do look in there and it's like, remember them days you used to come down, just sit off with Pete? I'm just used to sit off
Yeah,
there and all have a little laugh, like. If anyone who doesn't know, by the way, Woolies is
yeah.
like the modern equivalent of B&M and Home Bargains nowadays. That's like what that was that back then, where everyone used to get everything from
It was
Woolies.
rock the lad,
Yeah.
everything, and everyone used to rob.
At the back, it was like 2 stories as well, was it 2 floors in there as well? So you'd have to go to the back, climb the
Yeah.
stairs, and you were always at the top in the toys, so we all like going up, ask about the toys, just trying to piss you off. Lads, will you stop fucking putting them all on? Stop it, lads.
Stop
They're the
fucking around
days
the
then,
lift.
mate. It was even worse because one of our other mates who he used to work in the one in the Strand, didn't he?
Yeah.
And they had that little lift to the back, and we used to torment the shit out of him going pressing that button, you know. Like just going around, just like winding him, trying to like throw things into the lift.
See, these
And
I
he took
missed
it
all
so
that because I was
you
in
were in the
work.
other Woolies.
I was in the other Woolies, waiting for you to arrive to torment the shit out of me.
So what? Was that like a thing in Woolies? What you did you just like did you just get trained to have no tolerance to fun? Because you were always pissed off when we turned up.
I think it was in the manner in which his turns up.
Or was it just us? Yeah, everyone else was fine, but we turned up and go, right, let's fuck shit up. That's pasta. Yeah, I just always remember going in there and just like, I hope Pete's working. If we were walking around town, Pete's in, Pete's in. No, he's finished his like, oh, fuck. It's fine. Let's go and rub some pick and mix and then go. Oh, mate, that was. So what was your best experience in Woolies then? What was give me a story about one of the big characters that you met in there, because they must have been St.
Do you
John's
know,
Woolies in the late 90s, early noughties.
there was just loads of characters. There's loads, and even now, I'm still not good friends. Obviously, Facebook friends, which I think is as good as a friend can be now. If but still see loads of them, catch up with them, see what they're doing. I bump into some of them. Friends for life. And even now, I think if I was to walk into a pub and one of them was there, it'd genuinely just be like you'd have a catch up, you'd have a talk, you'd have a gab. But back in Woolies, it was just manic, and we had like used to go to like the Weatherspoons or Edwards bar at the top of the stairs, and that'd just be it. You finish your shift and just go and get absolute mullered, and you'd be brilliant.
Do you know what I loved about St. John's? When you used to go to the market, and the market up there, and you just be like walking around looking at all the dodgy trainers and all that, and just like everything was just like amazing. Just wanted everything in there walking around, and then slowly just died over the years, didn't it?
Yeah, no matter what you wanted, it was always upstairs in St. John's. No matter what it was there. And that's just it's shit in it to look at. Like even looking at St. John's now, it's you think to yourself, it's poor. Like it's just at one
the
point.
Food court about it.
Yeah, at one
Even
point.
the JD in there, I wouldn't stop on the JD there. So
Yeah,
ready for the big one around the corner.
Yeah, it's just
No,
it's just like pawn shops, and I don't even think there's any good shops in there. I don't go in there anymore. I think Liverpool one's sort of seeing the end of St. John's, which is a shame.
Well, there was St. John's. What was one opposite where the Boots is? Because they've got the one opposite with Boots, and they used to have the big Virgin Megastore, which is now a little poor man's B&M. It's the worst B&M in Liverpool, that one and that one. I can't remember what that one's called. Now the one opposite Central. I'll come to it at some point, I'm sure.
I remember.
But that used to be every
store on the back side of it.
Yeah. But that Virgin Megastore used to go in there, and it was like, yeah, Disney's and Mackey's. It's crazy when you look back at what you saw the shops that we used to go in. Woolies was the shop though to be in.
Yeah.
Like Woolies that was just where, yeah. So moving on then. So tell us about the city that raised you. What was your childhood, your estate, the smells, the sounds? What made you who you are today?
The estate that I grew up in. So I grew up in Kirkdale, in the Flower Streets. The smells and sounds. It was when I was a kid in 1981, when I was born. Even right the way up to like 1987. I grew up at one house away from Daisy Street Primary School. It's just bizarre to think my primary school could have been next door one to my house, but they knocked it down in 1986. So I remember it being like, for years, it was just a pile of rubble and bricks, and it just it like any building site back then, and even now, kids do anything to get on a building site and fuck shit up, you know what I mean? So it was just, that was me growing up as a little 5-year-old, 4-year-old. My mum would be like, get off there, and like I'd be on there throwing bricks and smashing stuff up and just anything. Me mate who lives over the road, I grew up with him, Tommy. We used to spend even like a 4, and you think back now and you think to like our own kids, what would they do in a 4? And they were in the house, probably on a phone or an iPad or colouring in or whatever, but No, when I was 4 and 5, I was in the street, mate, and everyone looked after you, and it was just them flower streets were just absolutely brilliant when we were growing up. Used to get the smells of Dockers shite coming over because it stink when some days. Even now, you go down there and it stinks, and you think, "Oh God." But that was growing up. But that was what defined the area, you know. But it's obviously like everywhere, like most places. It's come under a lot of decline, decay. Just a lot of the houses are now multiple occupancy houses or rent a house thing. So the streets are full, and all the old familiar faces have all disappeared. Obviously, my mum still lives down there and that. So
Your
but,
mum's the legend,
yeah,
isn't she? Though?
Yeah.
Your mum is a legend. No one crosses her at all.
No. I'm 44. I still wouldn't cross it.
I'm 44 and only see it very rarely, and just like, aye. Did you ever go to that the community centre down there ever? Was that part of your...
That was my nursery. That, you know, when I
Was it?
when
Yeah.
I was, yeah. And me nan was the cleaner in there.
Yeah.
And I used to go there before. I never went to the school nursery. And I always went there, but I think it was more that me nan was there, and me nan would finish a shift, and me nan would bring me home and stuff like that. And it's weird how far back I can remember, because I remember being in the nursery, and I remember certain things. I remember the room that we were in, and even now, I've been back in that room, and you walk in and you go, like, this room used to be a nursery, and then now it's a canteen. It's like a homeless.
What's in there now? The whole thing.
So it's still a community hub.
Is it? Yeah.
I'm sure it's got Liverpool hubs in there as well.
That's all
So
right.
it's got.
I mean, still stuck with the same stuff. It's not like
It still does loads for the community.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been down there
It
for
does
years.
loads for
But,
the community.
I don't know if I ever told you this, but you know, my dad said, I mean, you know, my dad's like, and his stories always fucking mix up into another story. My dad told me a story once that he used to work in there, in that community centre, you know, all the youths and all that when he was younger. He said he loved it enough, and you know, whatever he was doing, whatever. But he used to work with Craig Charles. Now, I don't know if this is true, but it's just my dad being my dad, and you know, it could be true.
Before.
The what?
Could be, might be definitely before my time. If your dad was,
Yeah,
your dad
yeah.
wouldn't have been working in there, mate.
I don't know, you know, because it must be like the late 70s, 80s when I was a kid.
Right,
But yeah, he said he used to work
1981,
there with Craig Charles, who went on to be Dave Lister in Red Dwarf. And he always used to just say, I don't know why, he just didn't like Craig Charles for some reason. And he's always disliked him a little bit. And he's just always just go back to that place, and I don't know what happened, but I don't even think they had a falling out or anything. I think I was just like, I could have been Lister. And, you know, imagine me half, I'll be in Lister, man, bloody hell. But yeah, no, it's, yeah, I remember the first time I met you was down there, actually. I came down with, I think it was Craig, who we used to hang around with back in school, and Kenny and Oggy and that.
Craig
Yeah, and we were playing.
Paulo.
Well, I remember it. So I went down. It was like I just become mates with Craig in school because I was in different primary school. I moved to Savio, and I came down to play football with you one night in the cages down there.
Yeah,
we went to Craig's first, and I remember this. Like, this is one of the reasons why I'm a bit of blue. Like, genuinely one of the reasons why I'm a bit of blue, and I hate Liverpool fans a lot of the time. Part of the ones who are friends or going to be on the show.
or you're married to.
Or the one I'm married to. She's in the other room. I've got to stop saying things about. She's getting annoyed on me little comments about Liverpool fans. And I went into Craig's house, right? And he was like, all right, mum, this side, I'm all right, dad, this side, and all that, and introduced me to him. I was like, ah, yeah. And his dad, and I never knew his dad, I didn't really get to know him after this either. His dad went, you blue? I went, yeah. And I was only about 13 probably, and you remember me in Scouse, dead quiet and shy and just a little bit of a bitch. And he was like, are you blue? And I was like, yeah. And he went, get out my house. I was like, okay. And he was like, no. I don't have blues in here. So get out and wait outside. It's like, all right. I just went outside. I never knew if he was joking or serious. And even to this day, like, I still don't know. It's like, it could have been like really just asked about him joking. And I just waited outside till Craig was ready.
We were all
outside.
All of us were blues. Then Craig was probably the only red.
Yeah. Because it was you, Craig, Oggy, and Kinney, weren't it?
Yeah.
And Oggy and Kinney were blues. And he was a red. But I never went I never went near his house again after that, you know. It was just like...
Either way.
I don't know if he's joking or serious. And like, I think Craig was saying, he was just messing about. And like, I don't think he was. Like, it's just proper strange situation. But yeah, that's one of the things that led me to be a bitter Evertonian, I think, when I look back. And why it's...
when you go back in time for that.
Yeah, when you look at all them little things that happened over the years and then people that you met who were like the other side and had the little comments and little ways about them. But yeah, no.
Yeah, we were a generation when we were born under wins and trophies and stuff like that for being Evertonians, and it's just, you know, since '95 it's been bleak, hasn't it? But
it's getting better though.
We're on the up and up. I mean, School of Science is coming back.
School of Science is on its way back. That's going to be one great day. The day we win something, you know, imagine that relief and you know, we might actually be happy being an Evertonian.
Trophy in the Hill Dickinson Stadium.
Yeah. It's going to happen one day, surely, but we've just got to keep waiting and hoping, I reckon. And hoping that there's anything else in between.
I think it's coming, and I think we just all need to enjoy what's coming in the next two or three seasons, whether we win or whether we, you know, I don't see us going down this season, but I think definitely trophies, silverware,
bit a few European trips maybe.
Oh yes, yeah.
Trips over to Italy and Spain for us. We'll you
no,
tell
look, we'll get a Russian team. We'll be able to go.
I had to go to Russia for an Everton match if I could, you know. I'd happily just like travel the world watching them and just coming home miserable after every match.
Yeah, it's a long way
just
to go, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a long flight home after a 5-0 drubbing by some third Russian B team who were all plumbers on the sides, isn't it?
Yeah.
So tell me then about the time the city tested you. What was a moment in your life when things got hard? But you know, only share what you want to share and what you're comfortable sharing.
No,
obviously.
I think anyone who knows me knows me story of I lost my dad when I was young. So I lost my dad in 1987, and it wasn't the city's fault. It was not no one's fault. It was, but then growing up without your dad around in Liverpool is testing enough, especially when you're in school and stuff like that. So you get playground stuff. I'll get me, you know, one of the greatest sayings in the world when you were kids, and I don't think it happens that much now, is I'll get me dad to come round to your house, and I used to live in fear. Poor mum would have to deal with someone's dad, and then the day came when someone followed through, and they brought their dad turns up, and demanded that my
throw before, I bet you.
Oh no, this is probably during the time when I did know your dad. Really? So we were in secondary.
You've always known me since you know me.
I've known you since secondary school. So, we were in secondary school. I think we were like year 8 or year 9, and even at that stage, I was a big lad. Do you know what I mean? But it always terrified me that somebody's our fella would turn up at the house. And one night it happened. Someone in the street, word of mouth, somebody had said that I'd done something. I was there, whatever. And somebody turned up and demanded that my our fella come out the house, and I was like, shit. And it was the first time I've ever seen my mum react, but she reacted like a fella, and she squared up, and she would not back down. Do you know what I mean? And he was like, just go and get your fella, just go and get your our fella out. And my mum went, get me our fella, and she fucking blew her top. And I remember thinking, shit. Do you know what I mean? But that was like a challenging testing time until I got to year 9. So what are you in year 9? 13?
How good's that years, you know?
13-ish. So when I was 13, I probably realised, hang on a minute, she's got it. She's got it
Your
covered.
mum's hard than any fella.
If any fella turns up, like, me ma's not going to back down. She's not asked. So,
and your nan as well. Had your mum and your nan there?
So it was just one of them things that just made life so much easier to sort of grow up and get on with life and not have that fear factor of other people's dads. But I think that's probably the only testing time I've had in the city, to be fair. Other than Everton, obviously test me every week, but again, that's not the city, that's the team.
That's just a bunch of players. You're most aren't Scouse anyway.
Yeah.
Do you know, I mean, I didn't know you. I didn't have the pleasure to meet your dad or know your dad. So, you know, but, you know, I know your mum and I know your sister, obviously, and all your family that, you know, all the parties been over the years, and you've got such a solid foundation of a family there, mate. It's just like anyone be admiral of your family, like, kind of.
I come from a typical Catholic Scouse family where my mum's one, and you know, there's 46 cousins, and
you're that person who people go, if you got an auntie who can cook at like a big buffet for 20 people, and she's like, yeah, I'll do it in 10 minutes, bang, bang, bang. Just like
standard practice in our family.
Do you know, right? So I don't think I've ever told you this, actually. One of the things I do in work, I'm big on like language in my work, because, you know, I work with people with learning disabilities, and the language that we use and how we describe things. And you're a big influence to that, you know. So I don't know if you remember this, but I've definitely never told you, right? So I remember one of the first times I met you, and everyone was throwing about, and I called you a bastard over something, just randomly, and you were like, I'm not you calling a fucking bastard, and you got really offended by it. And I didn't know the proper terminology, what bastard meant then. Like, I didn't know that's what it meant. And ever since then, I've always looked at the words that I use and how I describe things because of that, because of how upset and like fucking offended you were by it.
Do you know, there's actually a reason why I was offended and upset. And back when I was younger, before I went to secondary school, I always remember I was fighting with my sister, brotherly sisterly fighting, and she ran away from me, and I chased her into the kitchen, and I always remember grabbing her and pinning her up against the wall, and I went to her, "You bastard, you're a fucking bastard," and my mum went, "What did you say?" And I went, "Calling her a bastard," and then my mum sat me down and explained what it was, and I was like, "I know me dad," and then from that moment on, if anyone called me a bastard, I was like, and even now in work, if somebody calls me a bastard, I go, it's all right, I'm not a bastard, I know me dad. I shut them down really, really quick. But again, that's the reason why when I went to secondary school, that's why that word, I just felt I had to correct people about what the
No, rightly so,
terminology.
mate. Fucking, I do it in work all the
So
time now because of that, and it makes people's lives better. To be fair, and but yeah, I just remember I had no understanding of what it meant, and obviously, like in 90s, we didn't have internet and that, so we didn't know anything because we couldn't Google it straight away. And
no.
I think I'd not known you that long, and it was someone else came up to me and said, I think it might have been Kinney or Oggy, and they explain like the situation of what happened and with your dad, and I was like what bastard meant, and I was like, shit, mate. I was just like, and from there now, whenever anyone in work gets bollocking because they use the wrong words, that's because of you, man. They
Well,
can
it's
know
nice to
for
know
a
that when I
fact.
was year 7, I had a bit of I instilled a bit of an education there. It was good.
Genuinely did. I've always, like, you know me quite well, and you know me more well than anyone, probably a lot of people, and I hold a lot of stuff that I've done and said in the past, even though it doesn't mean anything to the other person, but it still sits with me, and that one's one that's always sad. I mean, I don't know why, but I've never told you that before. I
No, I
know
was
I've
gonna
never
say it.
told you, but yeah, but it's
With
interesting,
what
like.
happened? What's that? With 32 years down the line, and you still haven't told me. You haven't come and told me.
I was waiting. I was sitting there 32 years ago, just going, one day on a podcast that I'm going to come up with, right? I'm going to sit there with Pete. I'm going to talk about this moment.
I'm going to put Pete right on the spot on a podcast, and I'm going to say,
When
look at what
we've
you
had
did
all
to me.
these kids and all that. I'm not putting you on the spot, mate. It's not, it was a good thing you fucking called me out on something that I shouldn't have done.
All these kids. You're the baby factory. Only got 2.
We went to the breakfast with Santa today with we went to breakfast with Santa today at Hill Dickinson. It was amazing, by the way. And I was with me mum, my dad, my brother Ashley, and his 2 daughters and my boys. And one of the guys, he was there last year when I went with the boys. And he was like, "Who's come back with more kids?" And I was like, no, them 2 aren't mine. And my brother was like, "Yeah, he's the only one, the only 4 of them, you know what I mean?" Like, 4 boys, like, he thought that was going to happen on the cards when I was in school.
4 boys. Or Michelle. She only wants a girl.
Well, that's not happening. It's never going to happen. That's ruled out completely. Even the puppies are boy. You know what I mean?
Stuck in the
Right.
house with all boys.
Hey, at least the handsome boys.
No. There it is.
She won't be saying that because she's probably listening to the podcast that I was on the other day call and saying that Liverpool fans can't read. Getting annoyed with me again. Right, we're going to move on to the quickfire Scouse questions. So, just about 20 questions, no further thinking, whatever comes to your mind first, nothing to stress or worry about, no hesitation. First answer. You ready?
Okay,
First
no
one's
pressure.
dead simple. And we all know the answer to the first one. Blue or red?
Or blue.
Chip balm or a chip butty?
Chip balm.
Red cabbage, beetroot or none? Or both?
Red cabbage, beetroot or none?
Yeah.
Oh, this is a really tough one. It can't
Or
be
both.
quickfire.
Or both?
I never used to have any until I met Rach, and she's from Manchester, so now I have both.
A man taught you how to have Scouse?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's harsh. I know it's hard.
That's painful, mate. That's broke me that hard.
I'm even ashamed. Did you see how ashamed I was to say?
Maybe these questions are harder than I thought. Best crisps from the offie?
The best crisp from the offie, Transformers.
Which flavour?
Pickled onion.
Okay. Here's one for you when you're in work next in Manchester, right? Because I had this conversation with one of the girls I work with in Manchester. I asked her that question, what's the best crisp from the offie? 20-minute discussion on what an offie is and how an offie is not a shop.
Okay.
It's not a shop. It's an offie. It's not license. No, it's just
a shop.
Freshers. Freshers is a shop. No, it's an offie.
Yeah, definitely one offie.
Yeah, well, they think an offie is just a shop. Like, no, it's completely different to a shop. Not the same.
If you go in the shop, you go in the shop. If you go in the offie, you're going for
Yeah.
a multiple of.
Well, that's what she was trying to argue. Well, if you go to the local freshers at the bottom, do you say you're going to the shop? I say, no, I'm going the offie because it's an
Yeah.
offie.
Yeah, it's still the offie now.
Yeah.
Even though most shops are offies,
I need you to ask one in work that next time and let me know because I want to know if that's a full Manchester thing or just one of my staff being
no, I will.
I'm going to send this clip to you, Brecha. You're wrong. Home and Bargains or B&M?
B&M.
Okay. What you call trainers?
Trainees?
Trainees. Pick one. Lads, La or Kidder?
La.
La. Mate,
Oh,
La's
la. It's la for everything.
La's our generation, what is it? That's us, that.
La. Even now,
Right.
my wife says Tala when she puts the phone down.
Does she?
Yeah.
Picking up the Scouse that Rach, isn't she?
Picked it up, mate. Picked it up.
Right, here's one for you. And you've already pretty much talked about this one. You put me off me questions from the first answer. Say sound how you mean it most.
Sound. In this house, it's sound because everything is a problem.
Well, that's what happened. You've got an 18-year-old. You know, mine's not
Yeah.
18 yet. He's only 14. Best insult. That's technically not an insult.
Sound. Gotta be sound.
Okay. Finish this sentence. I'm not asked, but
I'm not asked, but it's not happening. That's got to be the answer.
fair enough. Best place or person to get proper Scouse from?
Proper Scouse.
Yeah.
My Auntie Margaret.
Have I had that Scouse?
What?
She's done a buffet at one of your parties before.
Yeah, she's the one who's got the butty shop right by the Kirkdale station.
Yeah. Do you want to give it a plug? Give it a plug for anyone if we get some views on these.
The butty station on
Best
Brewster
Scouse
Street.
in Liverpool.
Yeah,
Is that
boom.
what we're going for? Yeah.
Honestly.
Mine would be better, but you know, I'm not going to argue with you, don't you, argue. I'm not arguing with any of your aunties or you wouldn't. I'd just back down every time, mate. Favourite Scouser?
Favourite Scouser? Favourite Scouse authors? You.
You know it, mate. Love it. Thank you.
Defo, my favourite Scouse author, Adam Hardaker. Favourite Scouser? Right now, in a generation, I'd probably say
Doesn't have to be
Leighton
famous
Baines.
either.
No, favourite Scouser. So it doesn't have to be famous.
No, it doesn't have to be famous. Just a famous. Who's your famous Scouser? Your favourite, not famous. Favourite.
Favourite? Probably Pete, because he teaches me so many new Scouse words. It's unbelievable.
Little Pete is a legend. Even though he's not Little Pete anymore, he needs to cut that fucking emo haircut.
I know, he needs that haircut.
And he's still not followed me on TikTok yet either. I need to have a word.
He said he had. I'll have a word.
I don't know, because he hasn't got his... Text me what his name is on this or no.
Yeah,
but,
salty.
Favourite park?
Favourite park? When I was a kid, Booterat Kings Park. That was the best park to go to.
Hunter kicked the rats. One of the city that games where you're hunting and kicking rats.
Hunter kicked the rat, Kings Park. Favourite park? Stanley.
Stanley. Can't be wrong. Favourite Scouse word or phrase?
I don't want to say sound again because I've said sound so many times. Phrase, have a word.
Have a
That's another
word.
one. Have a word. Have a word
Have a
with
word
yourself.
with yourself. Yeah, just
Yeah.
go and have a word, will you?
Yeah.
And wind your neck and have a word.
Yeah. It's got to be.
Right, I know the answer to this one, but did you ever go to Grafton?
Yeah. I did.
That was our place, mate. We went there
You?
so much with me.
I'm not throwing anyone under the bus. You were with me.
I think I might have dragged you there, you know, because we loved it so much.
Right. Well,
I've-
up until they shut the Scout, up until they shut it, if you're in our age bracket, are you even Scouts if you haven't been there?
That's why it's part of the quickfire quiz. You need to be in the
Never been
Grafton
to
our age
Grafton.
bracket.
Are you actually Scouts?
Did you ever go to grab a granny night in Grafton?
Grab
Is
a
Rachel
granny
around?
Yeah, don't mess around here. I'd grab a granny.
Rachel
I've been there.
in the shot there, yeah.
She is.
Favourite Beatles song?
Help.
Lovely. Favourite Scouse musician or band that's not the Beatles?
The Lars.
The Lars, mate. Just what other band can have just one belter tune? And you know, don't have to do anything else in your life, but that one is just gonna be the one that everyone knows. What floor
That's
of the
it.
crazy house was yours?
I reckon throughout periods of my life, every floor, as at some point, I've just moved up and moved back down again.
Just like a
It
lift.
depends on what. It depends on what mood I was in when I went
Yeah.
in.
Radio City or Juice FM?
Radio City.
Do you remember we used to listen to Radio City in the shop opposite the school?
Yeah, Radio City. Wake Up with Kev Seed. I used to Kev Seed when I was going to school.
Yeah. Did I tell you I met him a few months ago?
No?
So my dad was in Frizzachley and I went in to visit him, see how he was doing on, speak to the doctor about what was happening there. And he was like, there's a guy over there on that bed, and I've been speaking to him. He's a DJ in town, you know. And so is he? Yeah, that's nice. What's his name? Kev Seed or something. Like, Kev Seed! He's just a DJ, mate. He's the most famous, like, radio presenter of City FM.
Yeah.
He's just a local DJ in town, and you know, like he's been speaking to him for 2 days.
He was always on the breakfast show, and then he'd go to Chili's too.
Well, then my mum came in, and I kept seeing shouting mum over. He went, "All right, love, you're all right." And he went, "Mum went over and went, yeah." And so I went, "I've been speaking to your husband. His name's A, isn't it?" And she went, "What?" He went, "Well, I asked him what his name was, and he went, "Well, my wife only calls me A. You get here." Do you know what? I could do a podcast on just my dad. Like, but I know he's, hopefully he won't listen to it. I'll imagine if I got my dad on this. That's cancel culture right there, you know. That is getting cancelled once he goes on and starts telling his stories. Last one. Favourite place for a night out, past or present?
Favourite place for a night out? Matthew Street. Past Matthew Street. Not present Matthew Street.
No.
Past.
Proper.
I used to love it. The Grapes, Rubber Soul, Lennon's Bar.
He's on your Grapes place to work there.
I know, yeah.
That's where you said we always used to start off was the Grapes because Adam was on the glass collecting in there.
Hey, you made up to the bar though.
I did. I made up to the bar. Was you around when I flooded Flanagan's?
No.
No, so when the grapes closed for Reap Fair, but they offered me to go over to Flanagan's because we knew all the owners and everyone knew each other. And I've done a Friday night there, and I was on the second floor, the main floor, the ground floor, and it was all fine and all that. And then the second night on the Saturday, I went back, and I was on the upper floor, and they just used to throw glasses at you, like proper throw, but like, and you have to start getting in the machine and all that. And I was on like 17, 16, and there was this cocktail, like big bright orange cocktail on the side. So I just threw it in the washer, the drink, and put the glass in. It wasn't a cocktail, it was like a full pint of fairy liquid. And bubbles just came out of the machine and just flooded the whole of the top of Flanagan's. They had to evacuate the place, Cosme.
Why is that the first time I'm hearing this story? Why are we on a podcast and you're telling me I could have took the piss out of you for years about this?
I
I've
thought you
only
knew.
just found out.
Did
No,
you know that? No. That was,
no.
do you know what? That would have been probably just before I went to America, so 99. Yeah, probably like late 99. So I've probably done it and fucked off to America for 6 months. That might be the reason why I went, because everyone in Matthew Street knew me as the guy who flooded the top of flooded the top of Matthew Street. Everyone had to evacuate. I'm sure I've told you that before.
I've never heard that story. I'm not surprised it happened, but I've never heard that story.
The woman gave the manager, like, she was going, "What happens? What happens?" And I was like, I don't know. I just put the glass, all that. She was like, "Where's that glass gone?" I went, "The one with all like the orangey liquids." She's like, "Yeah." I went, "Put it in because it's just an empty drink. So one's left. Put it in because it gets left in." That was fairy liquid. I was like,
Adam, unknowingly.
So I never went back. I was meant to go back the week later, and I never went back.
That's how the phone party started. It started with you. You started the phone party. It made everyone cry fit.
Flanagan's on top. Not even in the basement or the middle floor, on the top floor of Flanagan's.
Mate.
I thought you knew that one, that's, yeah, no, sorry.
I definitely did not know that one. You've educated me there.
Bloody hell. I'm starting to think now this podcast can be that might be a bad idea. I'm going to revealing loads of stuff about me that no one knew or forgot.
Somebody from Flanagan's might watch this and go, he's got a podcast now. He's bragging about it on a podcast.
Going to Donald Trump and me on the BBC and sue me.
The BBC will edit it. It's all right, mate. The BBC will edit it to make it look worse than what it was.
And 20 people died.
Everyone come out blind because Adam started an illegal phone party with a dishwasher.
Yeah, it'd be like me. Oh, yeah, and then the phone went everywhere. And then the people died. And the phone was over here. I am responsible for the death of them all. I thought you knew that, mate. Sorry, that's...
No, I didn't.
Let's see what else we can find out about me then.
Let's turn it around. Quickfire questions for Adam.
Oh, man, that's funny. Right, let's get back to the questions. The Scouse traits you carry. What's the bit of you that can only be forged in Liverpool? Besides them chisel looks.
These looks of mine. Side of Liverpool. It's my accent, innit? It's my accent goes everywhere I go. It's just my accent. And some people say I'm really Scouse, and then other people go, "No, you're not as Scouse." But then when I'm in work, there's lads who are South Liverpool and they're proper Scouse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's my accent.
So, what's the seat you fill now? Where are you today? What are you proud of, and what are you building on?
What am I proud of? What am I building on? I'm proud of me kids, both me kids, and I'm instilling the stupidity of my youth in them kids to build a future for them. I'm a fair believer. You've got to have a few dints and prangs, haven't you, before you drive the Porsche. So it that sort of stuff. I'm proud of my kids, and I'm proud of the little idiots they've become, and that's all down to me.
But your little Pete's a credit to you, man. He's as I said to him the other week, you know, he's just turned 18. I've sat there and watched him grow, and he's a fucking cracking lad, your Pete.
He's grown up so much. I still can't believe he's 18, but
No.
Poppy's, she's just as nuts. She's worse because she's as nuts as him and me together, and she doesn't give a fuck. She's got
And
no
she's got a
fucks
tad
to
of
give.
Rachel stubbornness in her as well.
Yeah, she's got no fucks to give, but she loves makeup and nails, and luckily she was blessed with her mother's luck. So
Brilliant. So what does Liverpool owe you, and what do you owe the city? What's your legacy, and what you want to leave behind?
Liverpool owes me nothing. It owes me nothing. It's a fantastic city. I love the city, and I've travelled the country, and I've Manchester, Newcastle. You go to Glasgow, you go to these cities, and when you're in the cities, they're nice. They've got nice things. The people aren't always the nicest. Our Liverpool city centre, they're just the people in Liverpool. Just, we're a breed all on our own. So this city owes me nothing.
Okay. So what's your legacy you're going to leave behind for her?
I'm going to leave 2 kids that are going to breed, I think. So there'll be a even more idiots in the world, Adam.
The tree of woods is going to carry on forever. It's going to be a forest.
Continue, yeah.
The wood forest.
The wood forest.
Hey, they won't get anywhere near as many as my breeds. And then the last one. Oh, we've kind of done that one, sorry. Your favourite Liverpool words or phrase?
Yeah.
Let's end on that one. So give us another sound, Pete.
Sound. And that wasn't a knobhead sound either. That was, we're finished sound.
Sound. Getting off to bed.
No,
so
go
anything else you want to talk about or share, or anything you want to throw out there, just want to publicise and promote?
No, I'm not. I'm definitely not a writer. I'm not an author. I've got no books.
Muse, PT, my muse.
I've got no books. I've just read The Seat Left Empty. I've ordered The Seat We Once Filled, and I can't wait to get it and read it and experience what's going on with Millie.
Brilliant. I really appreciate that. Thanks for all. You know what, Pete? Thanks for all your support on it, mate. Because genuinely, there's been a handful of people who've really supported me from day one, and you're always there, lad. And
shares and likes.
I love you.
Shares and likes.
Yeah. Well, you know, if we ever make it rich and famous, you'll be right there beside me, mate. We'll be skipping down Hollywood Boulevard with like Laverne and Shirley. That'd be great, mate. You know, we always have a laugh when we chat, don't we? It's kind of even if it's just us laughing, who cares?
Yeah,
we're happy.
A laugh's a laugh, and while I'm laughing, it means that I'm leaving someone alone, so it's good.
Well, Michelle's made up and do this because I have to bug her for a few hours every time I'm doing one. She'll be sitting in there watching some crime documentary or something, waiting for me to come back in, so she has to turn it off, or something that I don't want to watch, some Kardashian crap or something. And then I'll walk in, nope, let's put something better on. But yeah, thanks, Pete. So that's it for this episode, The Seat We Fill. If something you've heard stays with you, that's kind of point. Thanks for giving your time. It all does matter. Catch you next one. Bye.
See you later.